looking at the names of the lads you're taking.
Is there a problem, Sarge?
I've had to caution a few of these.
When the youth club approached me, it was suggested the more high-spirited lads would benefit most.
Well, hard slog on the moors, night under canvas, fending for themselves, all good character-building stuff, eh?
Exactly, Sarge.
Well, at least they won't get into any trouble while they're away, I suppose. Where are you taking them?
Oscar Blaketon's arranged the use of the council's...
Sorry to interrupt, Sarge. Break-in last night at the grocery shop. It's on Steve's patch over in Aidensfield.
Oh, great. With you off tomorrow, I suppose I'd better take a look as well.
Where's your tea?
Did you bring some marmalade?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Excuse me. There is a problem here.
Oh, really? And what might that be then, sir?
This isn't what I asked for.
You asked for orange juice. That is orange juice.
No, please, I asked for fresh orange juice.
That is fresh. It's fresh out the carton, which is fresh out the fridge.
I meant freshly squeezed from the fruit itself.
Oh, did you? Well, I tell you what, if I can find an orange anywhere, I'll squeeze it for you. And you know what? You can have the lot, the pips and all. He is really getting on my wick, that one.
Oh, aye.
Now he's moaning about his breakfast. You know, I can do without guests like him, in my condition and the mood I'm in.
Look, are you still worried about having to give up the licence here when you marry Bellamy?
Yeah, I am, Oscar.
Well, there's nothing can be done. The law is the law. You know that.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Not half as sorry as I am.
Well, I'll check how long this chap intends to stay with us. Okay?
How you doing, lads? You all set for tomorrow?
Yeah, we can't wait. It's boring here, there's no to do.
You should get off your backside a bit more, Frankie boy.
Not much time to sit down tomorrow, from what I hear. There was a break into the shop last night. Any of you lads hear anything or see anything?
Why do you think we did it? We get blamed for everything.
No, you don't, Jeff. But it's like I told you. Once you get a reputation...
Yeah, well, we didn't do it, it's all right.
Even Frankie wouldn't at groceries.
OK, lads. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember, good boots, waterproofs.
Sure. Steve's all right for a coffee.
No idea what time.
The back door was crudely forced. This crowbar seems to have been used. It'd be worth checking that for prints.
Much taken?
Well, money out the till, tins off the shelves, and packets of crisps.
What's feeling peckish, then?
Aye, amateur job all round. Take a statement from the shopkeeper and ask around the neighbours, all right?
Sarge.
Bernard, you know that old saying, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all?
Yeah, of course I do.
Well, it might be true of love, it's not true of money. To have had wealth and lost it is very hard to take.
It's in the past. You just have to accept the fact you're back where you were.
But that's the point, Bernard, I'm not. I mean, before I had money, I was ambitious. I had dreams and schemes. Look at me now. No desire to work or anything.
Yes, I had noticed.
How can a man who's been chauffeured around go back to driving a taxi?
Well, someone better had, or you'll be out of business.
My baby. Hello, stranger.
David! David! Remember me? Matt? Constable Crane's mum? Hi. Hi there.
Oh, hi there.
Be an angel. Give us a lift to Steve's place.
So, of course, the big posh car had to go back.
Wow. Hey.
Really, and now, of course, he's sold the house, so he's right back where he started.
Poor old Vernon. But that's life.
And the trick of life is not to live in the past. Keep moving forward, David. Welcome change. Change is your friend.
Oh, yeah, well, I know that. I mean, I always welcome change. Helps with the fares.
Ta-da! I was going to phone or drop a line, then I thought, this is such good news, I'll surprise you in person.
Mum, when you turn up unannounced with a suitcase, it usually turns out to be anything but good news.
Relax, Stevie. I'm a changed woman. It's new leaf time. Wait till you hear my news.
Now he's called Mr. Shirishi David. His sect have just lost the place they were staying in. He's into this meditation.
I hope this driver knows the area. I'm viewing new retreats for my followers. I can't afford to get lost.
I wish you would, pal. I really do.
I hope this taxi's clean inside. Pure thoughts can't flourish in a polluted atmosphere.
Oh, well, you can open the windows if you like. Well.
All changed. Changed utterly, as the poet said. Yeats, don't look so alarmed. I'm through with painters, poets, writers. Dreamers, the lot of them. You and your dad have got it right. Regimented lives.
Due back on duty, Mum.
The point is, Stevie, my wandering days are over.
No more trips to California with writer boyfriends, then?
That's ancient history. So's London. I'm coming back to my northern roots to lead a settled existence.
Oh, yeah? Where exactly?
I'll only be under your feet for a few days till I find somewhere to live. I've got a job.
What job?
Assistant librarian, Ashfordley Library.
You in a library?
I start tomorrow. Isn't it fab? You see, I really have changed.
Not that much, Mum. You should have told me you were coming. I'm going away tomorrow. It's not that convenient for you to stay here.
Yeah, CID are sending somebody over to dust for prints at the shop, Sarge.
Hardly seems worth it, does it? £3 from the till, 4 tins of sardines, 2 packets of crisps.
They seem as keen on food as they do on money.
Somebody hungry then? Living rough, maybe? You can open sardines without a tin opener.
Oh, I'll keep my eye out.
Can I have a word, please, Sarge?
Yes. Well, there's no problem as such with a family member staying at the police house. We get an unpaid message taker.
Sarge?
But the last time your mother stayed there, she made expensive phone calls to the States.
That won't happen again, sir.
All right, fair enough. Just make sure she directs all police business to us and looks after the place, all right?
Thank you, Sarge.
Babs, I'm delighted. I look forward very much to you marking my library book.
We live in changing times, Oscar. Women are no longer strangers to the workplace. Look around you.
Maybe I should employ one at the garage. Make a nice change from looking at Vernon's miserable frizz.
And talking of working women, where's our lovely Gina this evening?
Well, she's having a tough time at the moment. I sent her upstairs to have a nap.
Yeah, she's supposed to be coming round to my place later for something to eat.
Oh, good for you, Phil. Nice to see men doing their bit for a change.
Oh, he's very good at buying fish and chips, aren't you, Bellamy?
You know it's Gina's next checkup the day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
You really ought to be there. It's very important to get fathers involved.
We better go.
Good luck tomorrow, Babs.
Hey, at least you had some money before you lost it. I mean, that bloke there, he's been losing his money before he's even had it.
What are you on about, David?
Oh, him, I had him in my taxi. He's the one that runs that religious sect.
What, the ones who've just been kicked out of Strensfield Manor?
Oh, that's right. You know, and they're desperate to find another house.
All right.
You know the pop group, the Trinks? The ones that had that #1 hit with Marmalade Sunset?
The Trinks? Well, of course I know the Trinks.
Oh, they're really into this meditation art, right? And they were going to pay a fortune to go and visit him. But now he hasn't got a country house for them to go and stay at.
So he needs a country house so he can make a bomb out of this pop group.
Evening, all. Evening, Blackton. I hope your best bidder's on form. Huh?
Do you know something, David? I think you've just re-energised my entrepreneurial instincts. Mr. Shirishi, I don't believe I've had the pleasure of Vernon Scripps. Scripps Taxis. My driver, David here, drove you round today.
Yes, he has a fascinating mind.
Doesn't he just?
The secret of life is simplicity. He has a gift of reducing complex matters to primitive simplicity.
No question. In fact, when they dished out simplicity, David here was at the front of the queue. Actually, he mentioned a problem I may be able to help with. I gather you need the use of a large country house for a couple of days to do a spot of meditating with the Trinks.
Like many today, they are searching for a true and spiritual path.
Oh, they just got bucketing.
Suppose I could broker a deal for a country mansion. What sort of brass are we talking about? To include the rental and my services.
The spiritual rewards you'd reap would be far greater than anything I could offer you in mere monetary terms.
Shall we say £300?
150 quid. Take it or leave it.
Done.
You're awake. Dr. Merrick was in earlier. Suggested that I come along for your next checkup.
Oh, you sure you're allowed to? I mean, isn't there some sort of police regulation that prevents it?
Gina.
I know. I'm sorry.
Everybody get on your feet. You make me nervous when you're in your seat. Take off your shoes and pat your feet. We're gonna dance that can't be beat. We barefootin'. We barefootin'.
What are you lot doing here? This isn't a campsite.
It's all right, officer. I can explain.
How do I look for my first day?
Wow, Mum, you look like a librarian.
Exactly. Everything must change. The outer as well as the inner woman. What was it your dad used to say? A tidy appearance shows a tidy
Tidy
mind.
A jot down the route we'll be taking. Not that there'll be much use on the moors if things go wrong here.
Stevie, nothing is going to go wrong. I'm a highly organised working woman. I've written down the bus times to Ashfordley, phone number of the library, everything I need.
You will take care of the place.
Oh, Stevie, have a good trip.
So, did becoming a daddy change you much, Alf?
No. What do you mean?
Morning.
Oh, morning, Sarge. CID, they found prints on the crowbar that was left at the grocer's. They're checking them with CRO now.
Yeah, and the only suspects I found were a few from that religious sect up at Strensfield Manor. They're sleeping rough and Furley Wood.
The Hare Krishnas? That's a bit unlikely.
I don't know, Alf. They were so full of love and peace, I was thinking of joining them.
Well, we better keep looking then. And with Steve on the moors, we're a man short, so no time for tea, eh?
That's how again.
Hey, Steve, is your gang all here? Last one's just coming, Oscar.
Hey, backside, get in front.
You better have Franco. I'm not having you stinking it. Pass out with your feet.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. All right.
Sorry, I don't think I know you.
He's my cousin from Manchester.
I'm Tony. Jeff said it'd be right if I came along. You should have asked me first, Jeff.
I didn't know he was coming to see me. If he can't come, I'll have to drop out as well. Go on, Steve.
All right, Tony. Welcome to the group.
Morning. Are you all ready for the great expedition?
Yep, we're all set.
Have your first aid kit packed?
Somewhere.
Actually, Doctor, while you're here, can you give us a few tips on looking after ourselves on the moors?
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. Crane. May I compliment you on your appearance?
Thank you. I think it's very important to give the right impression when dealing with the general public.
Yes, indeed. I gather your experience of libraries is rather limited.
I took a course. This is my first actual job. But I love reading. Books are a real passion of mine.
A liking for books is all very well within moderation. It's important, however, to keep a sense of professional detachment in this job.
Oh, of course. Yes. Very important.
What would you say is the cornerstone to any properly run library?
Books.
No.
Reading.
No.
Shelves.
No. The word I'm looking for is silence. I strictly enforce it here. Oh, we're about to admit the public. Any noise or chatter, turf them straight out.
Yes, of course.
Morning.
Morning.
Never wise to greet them too enthusiastically.
So, first sign of any chafing or blistering, it's off with the boot and the sock and put this stuff on. Also, walking can be very thirsty work, so make sure you keep your fluid intake up. All right?
Can't you come with us, miss? Because I wouldn't mind sharing a tent with you.
Believe me, young man, by the time you see your sleeping bag tonight, all you're going to want to do is sleep.
Right, lads, this is a local paper. He wants a photo. It'll be very good publicity. It'll show cooperation between the police, the youth club and the council. So if we'll just gather round the Land Rover here. We're OK. Now, some of you will have to squat down. And Dr. Merrick, if you're very good, you can stand next to me. Right, are you all right, lads? OK.
Right, keep smiling now. You're going on holiday.
Come on, Tony, mate, join in. You said that I'm not in the youth club. No, but you're on the trip. It's all about teamwork. You're in a team. Come on. Here. Ready?
Right. One goes to the trouble of categorising and listing books, and what do? Take them off the shelves and put them back in the wrong place. They fold back pages, leave sticky fingerprints on the covers, scribble inside them. I do sometimes despair. I'm afraid the biggest drawback to any public library is the public. Look at him. Been coming in here all the week, taking up a chair. Doesn't even bother to pretend to read.
You're new here, aren't you?
It's my first day.
Nice to see a smiling face, I must say.
Yes, Chris, what is it? I am rather busy.
Oh, good day, my lord. I wasn't able to get to church on Sunday, but I expect you were there as usual.
Church? Sunday? Of course I was.
Your lordship appreciates for life to have any meaning, we must each seek a spiritual dimension.
Chris, what are you on about?
As I stood here just now, I was aware of this enormous sense of calm that resides in this quiet room, this tranquil place. And I know your lordship is eager to share his earthly good fortune with others, so I hope you'll look charitably on a small request I have to make.
Which is?
A friend of mine, Mr. Sharishi, himself a devout and religious man, has been approached by the Trinks Pop Group with a view to spending a couple of days quiet meditation in a tranquil country retreat.
And you're wondering if I'd be fool enough to throw open my doors to them?
There would be a fee, naturally.
No, Scripps, absolutely not. So, if you'd be so good as to leave this quiet room, this tranquil place,
good luck. I'll pick you up in 24 hours.
Thanks, Oscar. Right, lads. Stick together. Go.
All right. Thanks a lot for that. Oh, CRO have identified the prints from the shop, Sarge.
Carl Stephen Laxton. From Manchester? I wonder what he's doing over here, then. Call the Manchester boys and see if they know anything.
Right, Sarge.
Plastic mouldings my company made. I built it up from nothing. Then one day my world fell apart.
Really?
My wife left me for a younger man. Said I'd become dull, boring, only interested in business. She was right. So I sold up. I needed a purpose in life beyond plastic buckets. I got into Eastern religion, meditation.
I was into that at one time.
Then we got kicked out of our retreat. I come in here to warm up a bit.
That's a nasty cough. You want to get some medicine for that?
Oh, sleeping rough, that's caused it.
It's funny, isn't it? You gave up an ordered existence to find yourself through an alternative lifestyle. I've given up freewheeling to knuckle down to a regular job.
Mrs. Crane, I think your time might be more fruitfully spent reorganising the non-fiction section A to E. All right.
I know it's tough going, Frank. We're just going to get up this next incline and stop for a breather and a drink there.
I'll get there, don't worry.
I want a rest here. Come on, Tony, mate, it's not far.
Yeah, come on, you.
I don't see what the big hurry is. If we're to reach the place they want us to camp tonight, we must keep moving.
Well, go ahead then, don't worry about me.
I have to worry about you. The moles can be a dangerous place. Now, we have to stick together, Tony. OK?
Dangerous place. Guess you can be right, Steve. What are you doing? What are you playing at?
Sarge, got a call from CID in Manchester. Carl Laxton, whose fingerprints we found in the grocer's shop, is on the run. Seems that he and an older lad escaped from Borstal 4 days ago. Now, Warder was wounded. The older lad's been recaptured, but Laxton's still at large and may have a firearm with him.
Carl, what's going on? You're in some sort of trouble, aren't you?
All right, yeah, I am. Bennett Nick. Escaped a couple of days ago. The middle of the moors is a good place for me to be just now.
You're on the run from the Nick?
That's right. And he ain't going back. Never.
Right, lads. We're going to pitch the tents over there. Do you two want to start putting them up?
Yes, sir.
Tony, Jeff, do you want to collect some firewood?
Right, yeah.
Me and Frank will prepare the food.
Don't let Frank make food. He'll scoff the lot.
Shut up.
You shut up.
Come on, Tony.
I'm doing nothing, mate.
It's hardly fair letting everyone else do the work while you sit on your backside.
He'll rumble you if you carry on like this. I've nothing to lose. I never shot that guard. The guy I was with did that, then stuck the gun in my pocket to get me the blame.
Give yourself up. Tell them that.
They won't listen. I'll be banged up for years. I've got a plan to get away. And this'll help it happen.
Laxton, it's an unusual name. There was someone who married a Laxton about 20 years ago in Aidensfield.
All right. Who?
Well, come to me in a minute. Sid Bishop, his wife was a Laxton. From Salford, Manchester.
So this Carl Laxton may have relations in Aidensfield?
Possible.
Evening, Doctor. One or two of us have got a bit of a cough. I know we're not red-chested, but could you see us?
A cough? Have you tried a Linctus from the chemist?
Well, we would, but sadly we've got no money. Free prescription would make things easier. It's a very persistent cough.
What a wasted day that was. I've tried every country house and mansion in the area. I've had doors slammed in me face from here to Whitby.
I'm not surprised. Posh folks get a bit fussy about letting their houses out to pop groups and mad mystics.
Mr. Vernon, Lord Ashley is at the pubs. I've told him that we're closed, but he's insisting on having some petrol.
Is he now? He's happy enough for us to do him a favour, but he won't do me one and let me rent his house. Right. I'll give you the same answer you gave me. No.
Come on, be a good chap. I have my niece and her friends on half-term from boarding school staying. I need a full tank for trips out and what have you.
I'm sorry, your lordship. We are closed.
Scripps, I put a lot of custom this garage is where I get all my fuel here, have all my vehicles serviced here, and I am sure you do not want to put your brother's business in jeopardy.
Go on, David.
He's not a bad lad, is Carl. Just got into the wrong crowd, I reckon.
But you haven't seen him?
Definitely not.
You've a son Carl's age, haven't you?
Jeff? Yeah.
Where is he at the moment?
He's out trekking with your mate, the local bobby.
Did Jeff mention seeing his cousin at all?
No. And he would have if he had.
Well, should Carl contact you, please get in touch with us straight away.
Of course.
Rick, what are you doing?
This bench is my bed for the night.
You can't sleep on there.
Ah, I've slept in worse places since we got evicted. I gave all my worldly goods to Mr. Shirishi when he opened the pathway to purity and wisdom for me.
He took all your money.
No, I gave it to him. To find true wisdom, you must surrender earthly material things.
Unless you're Mr. Shirishi. He's staying in comfort at the pub.
Oh, well, he's already a wise man.
Isn't he just? Well, he can't stay out here with that cough. Come on, I have a couch you can use. Come on.
Don't, man!
All right, well done, lads.
Sorry. Night, Steve. Hey, it's been brilliant today.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Everything all right?
Yeah, sure.
Good night then, lads.
Good night.
He's a really decent bloke, you know.
There's no such thing as a decent copper.
I'm scared, Carl. What's the plan you've got?
I'm getting out the country. Scottish lad that I used to share a cell with. I phoned him. We're meeting up. You can get me on a boat from Stranraer.
How are you going to get to Scotland?
I'm going to take that Land Rover.
Carl Laxton, Sarge.
Well, it's possible he did come here to contact relations, then thought the better of it and moved on.
Sarge, I was wondering if I could pop over to the doctor's for half an hour.
You're not feeling well, Bellamy?
Oh, no, it's not me. It's Gina, Sarge. She's due a checkup, and it's the modern way to encourage fathers to be there, you know, showing interest.
Well, far be it from me to stand in the way of modernity. On you go.
Thank you, Sarge.
I'm not going to do it, man.
I nominate Steve.
Yeah, go on, Steve.
Why me?
You're there with all the rest of the plates. I'm going to make the tea, all right. You all right? Just like being in the army. My dad was in the army.
You see, army families move around, so I had 6 different schools in as many years. Made me feel a bit of a loner. An outsider to any new group I met. But then I began to realise everyone's an outsider one way or another. I'm an outsider to this group because I'm a policeman.
No, that's your tough luck.
Frank's an outsider because he's not as fit as everyone else. And you're an outsider because you're from Manchester.
All right, where's his sermon leading?
We all have a choice. You either get involved or you sit on the sidelines. You'd be amazed how much you can get out of being part of a team.
Scouts honour. Forget it.
Tony, you're part of this group. You should join in.
I was a little concerned by your fraternising with the public yesterday, Mrs. Crane. We keep our status by keeping our distance.
I like talking to people. They interest me.
Well, try to keep the chit-chat to a minimum today, please.
Babs, thanks for last night.
Oh.
These are my mates.
Hi. Hi there.
The playing of musical instruments is not permitted in the library. Thank you.
What's he want now? He only filled up last night.
Ah, Scripps. I've been thinking about your request yesterday.
About Mr. Shirisi and his drinks.
Perhaps I was a bit abrupt booting the idea into touch like that. I'm against them having the run of the house, but I might, somewhat reluctantly, consider letting them have the east wing for a couple of nights.
That would be wonderful, my lord.
But I want strict safeguards in place, and I'd require payment for the inconvenience to my housekeeper, etc.
No problem. A couple of nights. How does 20 quid sound?
50 sounds better.
They're a simple set, my lord, without any earthly means. I perhaps could get them to pay 30.
All right, but I don't want this pop group making a racket and disturbing the rest of the house.
I know you won't regret changing your mind.
Unfortunately, I had it changed for me. My niece and her friends think these trinks are absolutely fab and groovy, man, whatever that may mean.
Well, I think it just means that they like them, you know.
Well, when they'd heard I'd turned them down, the girls were furious. Apparently, it can make a major difference to how cool they are at school. So, very much against my better judgment, I'll put them up. But I'm holding you entirely responsible for things going smoothly, Scripps.
Don't worry, it will, my lord. The old maestro hasn't lost his touch, then?
Right, lads. This is going to be a tricky descent, so we need to watch your footing all the way down, yeah?
Everything's fine, Gina.
Medically speaking, you mean?
Sorry?
Oh, Gina's not happy about having to give up the pub if we get married.
Yeah, I know.
And at the same time, I'm not wild about being an unmarried mother if we don't.
Yeah, it's a tough decision and not one I can help you with very much, I'm afraid. I'm sure you'll do what's right for the baby and yourselves.
Thank you, Doctor.
Not just a doctor, she's a celebrity. Got her picture in the paper and everything.
Look at the state of me. I got dragged into that photo.
Look at Oscar. He always does that cheesy smile when he has his picture taken.
Wait a minute, who's that?
Oh, somebody's cousin, I think.
Look, can I use your phone? It's urgent.
Of course.
Alf, it's Phil. Look, tell the sergeant I know where Carl Laxton is. He's on the moors with Steve and the boys.
Who's Carl Laxton?
He's an escaped prisoner, armed with a gun.
You right?
No, I don't like it.
Don't be stupid, they've done it.
No, I can't. No, it's too steep.
Come on, don't be daft.
Just being silly.
Yeah.
Just frightened, that's all, just in case I don't want to lose me.
hurt me ankle. Steve, I've hurt me ankle.
Just try and keep still, Frank.
It's definitely broken. It's a good job you slowed his fall, Tony. Could have been a lot worse.
What are we going to do, Steve?
It's fairly sheltered down here. I'll strap his ankle best I can, then go for help.
And we stay with him?
One of you best come with me. We'll head for the rendezvous point with the Land Rover.
I'll come with you, Steve.
No, you won't. I will.
All right, you go then.
Hi, Ralph. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Oscar's not here. He said he had some shopping to do and then he was off to pick up Steve and the lads.
And you've no idea where he was meeting them? Right. Well, if he comes back, ask him to phone us. It's quite urgent.
Right, mate. Hang in there. Be as quick as you can. Jeff, like the primers. Might welcome a nice mug of strong tea.
Sure. Steve.
Yeah?
Nothing. Good luck.
Right, Tony. Let's go.
The Trinks are in Leeds on a tour of the north. They're coming over today.
Excellent. Now, there's just the small matter of the fee, Mr. Shirishi.
£150, I believe.
What's going on?
They're meditating.
This is a library, not a Buddhist temple.
No one's complaining. Are you ladies?
No. This is a library. None of you are reading. I'd like you to leave, please.
A few of them have got bad coughs. They just want to stay in the warm.
It's not a shelter for vagrants either. Come on, let's have you out.
I really can't see that they're doing any harm.
I expect my staff to support my actions, Mrs. Crane, not question them. Come along, let's have you out or I'll call the police.
Now, that is ridiculous.
I agree. Do you? In that case, why don't you leave with them? I'm very disappointed in you, Mrs. Crane. Very.
Oh, Babs, I am sorry.
I'm not. You can't change who you really are, and I'm just not cut out for this nonsense! Right. Let's go. Power to the people. Hare Krishna and all that jazz.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna.
Carl's out there with them.
Do you know where they were dropped off, Mrs. Bishop?
Jeff just said the Moors. Well, don't you lot know where they are?
I'm afraid not.
Well then, if Carl's got a gun, you better find them pretty sharpish, hadn't you?
Today?
Well, you did agree to it, my lord, and the Trinks are due at any time.
I didn't realise it'd be so soon. I'm leaving for a prior engagement. I won't be back till tomorrow.
Well, I'm sure you wouldn't want to disappoint your niece and her chums. I assure you everything will run smoothly.
Well, it better be, because I'll hold you responsible if my housekeeper's caused any inconvenience. What the?
The Trinks and some of their fans, my lord.
I mean, if Strips, any nonsense or shenanigans, your head will roll.
Girls!
Oscar's still not back, Sarge. He must have gone straight to the rendezvous point. Did you contact Steve's mum? Has she any idea where they were dropped off?
Well, she wasn't at the library. She's been dismissed, apparently.
Well, there's a surprise. But you wait here just in case Oscar does come back.
Keep going, Tony. You're doing great.
How much further?
Not far. Oscar's due back in about half an hour.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama.
My sweet Lord, Sergeant Merton.
Hardly appropriate use of a police house, Mrs. Crane.
I'm so sorry, Sergeant Merton. I've let Stevie down again, haven't I?
Look, I'm very anxious to contact him. Have you any idea where he might be?
Just the moors, that's all. Oh, hang on a minute. Did he give me a bit of paper?
He did?
I put it somewhere.
Your handbag, perhaps?
Of course. Silly me. Oh, no, that's bus times. Here it is. Yes. Being dropped at the car park, Scarsdale Point, then on to Stony Pike Moor.
Great. Thanks very much, Mrs. Crane.
Oh, well done, Oscar. Bang on time. We'll have to drive straight to a phone. Alert Moreland Rescue. Try and get a doctor out here.
Only two of you. Is there a problem?
One of the lads has broken his ankle.
There's a bigger problem than that. Get away from the Land Rover. Come on, get out, move!
Tony, what's going on?
Carl! My name is Carl!
Frank needs help. He needs hospital treatment now. If you take this vehicle, he'll be in serious trouble.
Shut it and move out of my way.
Don't be stupid, lad.
Out of my way, I said! And you, copper, come on!
You won't shoot me, Carl. You're not a killer.
Get out of my way!
Do what he says, Steve.
This won't solve anything for you. I think at heart, you're a decent lad. Now give me the gun.
Get back, Steve. I'll fire.
No, you won't.
I never shot that guard. It isn't even my gun. The guy broke out with, he had it smuggled in. I had no idea that he got it. I'll get blamed.
Just tell him the truth.
Show me your hands!
Look at me!
It's clear!
What's happening, Steve?
We've got a boy out on the moors with a broken ankle, Sarge.
That lad behind you is Carl Laxton. He's on the run from Borstal. We know he's armed.
He handed this over to me of his own accord, Sarge. He voluntarily turned himself in.
That's right, Sergeant.
He also volunteered to get help for our injured lad. Carl's been a valued member of our team.
I see. All right, Laxton. I'm taking you back into custody. Meanwhile, let's get assistance to your injured boy.
Well, I imagine after all that, you're ready for a pint, young Steve.
Ah, Bellamy.
Gina wants a word. She's upstairs.
All right. Thanks, Oscar.
All right, lads. What can I get you?
I'm sorry, Phil. I just resent having the biggest decision in my life decided by regulations.
I'll give up the job, if that's what you want.
We tried that. It didn't work. Nope, I've decided I'm going back to Liverpool to be with my family. I need time to think this through properly. I'm off, Stevie. Back to London.
Well, keep in touch and send me your address.
Well, I've got one. Perhaps I'm just not cut out for settling down, eh?
Perhaps not. Take care, Mum.
Hospital confirm it's a clean break. You'll be fine.
It's my fault. Should have stayed closer to him going down that gully.
Ah, you should. But we live and learn, don't we? I gather most of the other lads enjoyed the experience.
They're all keen on doing it again.
But your biggest success seems to have been getting Carl Laxton to do some growing up, eh?
Yes, Sarge. I reckon he did.
That's from the police station.
Well, I've put a word in with the authorities, so let's hope you're right and he uses this to get his life back on the right track.
Yes, he is. Sarge, it's Lord Ashfordley's housekeeper for you.
What's her name again?
Kellett.
Yes, Mrs. Kellett.
Rock groups always do it when they trash hotel rooms, my lord. They threw the telly out the window.
Why the blazes do they want to trash my place anyway?
I keep trying to tell you. It's not my fault.
Quiet meditation, you said.
It's all that Shirishi's fault. The Triggs spotted him as a phony, threw him out and decided to have a rock and roll party.
Well, where's Shirishi now? And who's going to pay for all this?
He's scarpered, my lord.
Then you'll foot the bill, Scripps. He must have paid you something.
What? Oh, all right. All right, have it. Have it all. 150 flaming quid. Ah, Sergeant, thank goodness. David's gone off in the taxi. Any chance of a lift back?
None whatsoever.
About time. Sergeant knows.
I'm sure he'll understand.
Who will?
What does Gina love the most? Me? Or this pub?
What am I supposed to do with a load of ready-mixed cement?
I'd appreciate being let off jury duty.
Sit down, Mr. Scripps.
Ah.